Greetings everybody, this is Stormy with the capital Z. Welcome back to another WarCraft 3 audio commentary. This time around we're going to be covering a game this is Worker, who is spawning as the yellow orc player on the bottom right. He will be going up against a red undead player known as Edoboi, who is spawning on the top left on this map, Terenas Stand. And so yeah, this replay was also found from w3arena.net. Yeah, this is probably one of the best places to play Warcraft 3 right now. And yeah, we have been getting some really amazing matches since the past few weeks. Let's see how this game fares, as the Undead player going for DK first, and the orc player going for a pretty standard orc build with the Blade Master. Undead player, let's see what he goes for. He goes for any kind of harassment, any early pressure, or if he goes for the creeping, as the player going towards that soul green camp. He's going towards that. I do believe this one gives the item. Yep, that does give the item, but he's not gonna pull back right after that. He's gonna stay there and kill off the other ones as well. Undead player surprisingly going for the orange camp, something which we do not see most Undead players doing. Orc player going for the same camp on his side of the map, the orange camp, the goblin laboratory camp, and both players will be having pretty even experience at this point. Will be having the even type of items. The Death Knight, the other player getting the Claws of Attack +6, and Blade Master getting a Gloves of Haste and Mantle of Intelligence. Gloves of Haste will be useful, definitely. Mantle, not all that much, will be selling it off sooner than later. While the other player goes for the attack on this one, he's gonna get a Cloak of Shadows. Not the best item, but it can definitely be utilized at times, especially with a tanky hero like the Death Knight. When you're being focused down, you can definitely use it. The enemy player, all right, orc player doing some pulling the creeps away, and okay, that's kind of a nice way of flanking your creeps. This camp would definitely be very difficult for the orc player to take out just using the type of army he's having, but he's playing pretty well. And also, none of the players seem to have scouted each other yet, only just going for some unit scattering their units around the base, trying to check where your enemy would be, while the orc player is nearly done creeping this camp out. He is nearly at level 3 with the Blade Master. Once he reaches level 3, he will go for a push, while the Undead player checking up to the Hall of Dead. Same thing at the side of the orc player with his respective tier 2 building. Undead player doing some creeping, no hero creeping, while the Blade Master of the orc player comes into play and goes after the ghoul. Ghoul was saved there by the Undead player, and as you can see, Blade Master reaching level 3. He sold off TP, bought I do believe he bought the Circlet of Nobility, and from this there's no other item that you can actually buy from this one. So the goblin, out of what I mean to say, there are no other items in the orc player's inventory that you can buy actually. Orc player going for some more creeping with the item giving camps, while his grunts are also simultaneously creeping smaller green camps. 4 grunts are more than enough to. Okay, he didn't take the item, or I guess it wasn't all that useful. Whatever item was there, he's going for. I guess he's trying to go for a creep jack, or I don't know. I guess he just had some sort of instinct that the Undead player may be nearby. He definitely does not want to get jacked, and I don't know if he got both of the kills over there, both kills recently. And Undead player now using Dust, gonna try and focus down to BM. BM has enough mana for one more Windwalk, after this, and yeah, he's gonna have to use it carefully. He is dusted, he is detected, and he's gonna have to force to run back. He got a Scourge Bone Chimes, not the best item as most people like to put in, but since it is an orc player and a lot of your army composition consists of your melee units, it's always, it'll do its job. Your grunts will be healing by each hit they land on the enemy. Your grunts will definitely be healing, and apart from that, your raiders, they will be healing. The Undead player now getting the second hero and going towards the enemy base. We see a water ward over here there by the Undead player. Nice, really nice item. Our player has our player does not have knowledge of this, it seems like. Now, maybe just now he does. That there is something which is making the Undead player know that the Blade Master is nearby. Undead player seemed to want to go for this camp, but stopped momentarily. Okay, going for it again, trying to pull them off, while the Orc player is done creeping out his natural expansion. That expansion point will serve him sooner than later. And the Shadowhunter did reach level 2. One very important thing which we did not cover earlier. Undead player does want to level up his heroes and get them even with the Orc player. Undead player getting a Sacrificial Pit as well, and going to Black Citadel. What's he gonna go for? Is he gonna go for Frostworm? Maybe not. Undead player also has a Shade. And Shade is the biggest enemy for the Blade Master. It can detect your invisible units, and basically it can detect your Blade Master. Now the Orc player reaching level 3 with that Shadowhunter creeping out the Goblin Merchant camp. Reaching level 3, and I was about to say something. I completely forgot about that one. He's going for an expansion, and Undead player has the knowledge of this. Undead player does have that knowledge of this, and Orc player against the Undead would not likely go for any kind of invisible revealing detector item, basically detector type item. And Shadowhunter, the illusionized Shadowhunter going inside the Orc base. Orc player will probably know about this. I mean, I can't say that what I mean to say for the Undead player probably knows, but I can't really say whether he would be or not. But okay, that was pretty nice. Orc Undead player backed out right on time, as his Shade was at the Orc player's expansion. He did know that the Orc player was coming for him, and backed out right in the nick of time. And yes, this is exactly what I was thinking. The Undead player is going for Boneyards. He's gonna pump out the Frostworms, and Orc player will be in a lot of trouble. Orc player at this point has not the Orc player is not aware about these Boneyards, at least as the last time he tried to do any kind of scouting, when he sent in his illusion of the Shadowhunter, he did not those boneyards were basically not put up for the construction. And the player just stalling time, creeping around a bit here and there. He does have that sentry ward stationed as exactly where he wants. He's okay. He's set to the Shade to patrol that Blade Master, follow the Blade Master, and that's pretty bad for the Undead player. And I'm not sure whether the Orc player has that knowledge or not. Orc player did see the Sacrificial Pit. He definitely did see the Sacrificial Pit. He should go for, and yeah, I do believe he's going for Reveal with that Goblin lab. I'm not, maybe not. Well, we'll see sooner than later, because that is the main thing that you would wanting to go for. Undead player wisely moving the Shade a bit back, and yeah, that's I believe I saw some light somewhere. I do believe the orc player did use reveal from that goblin lab. I'm not exactly sure where he did that because there's no way to actually see it on the map where he is using that. So, orc player now rushing his blade master towards the enemy base. I do believe one frostworm was ready. Okay, two of them are ready, not one, and they also have attack and armor upgrade level 1. And Undead player is currently sitting at 65 food, while orc player is also at plus 60 food. Both of them are having the low upkeep, they're hence getting lesser amount of gold each time those peons do their round from the gold mine. Orc player, okay, somehow the orc player did get the information that Undead player does have, I do believe, yes, I'm pretty sure he revealed the base and he checked up the base, and that is exactly why we're seeing troll berserkers. Okay, orc player also kind of has the idea that Undead player may be having a shade. That's why we saw him do a reveal at his main. But shade was at his expansion, and Undead player is doing a pretty nice job with the shade, moving it around the map, not keeping it at one position. That's exactly what you need to do. It's not a sentry ward, although can be used at critical points, critical locations of the map. You can hire a second shade maybe for another one, as you're near to 70 food, and as you reach, okay, as you reach 75, it's 80. I'm not exactly. My God, I don't really like it. It's 70. It's 70. Yeah, no, it's 80. It's 80. Sorry, they're really sorry. Completely forgot about that. As you reach 81 food, you enter high upkeep, and you only get like what, 30% of your income. It was 30, or I think it was 40. It was, yeah, it's 40. So Undead player now going for the all-scale assault over the orc player's expansion. Orc player coming in with everything he has. He has Wind Rider. He has troll berserkers. Something that he should definitely have had at this point is bat riders. Bat riders deal a lot of damage, and adding insult to injury using that Howl of Doom from the Pit Lord. Pit Lord, not the best type of hero, but since the Pit Lord is undead in the game itself, it can be healed using the DK's Death Coil, and it's a freaking tank, so it's a pretty solid choice at this point. Undead player suffering a bit casualty, but returning back to his base with all four frostworms intact. And we see one more coming, frostworm, and he's gonna unsummon the other boneyard for some reason. I'm not exactly sure why. I guess he figured out that he can't exactly pump out frostworms with two boneyards on one base. He definitely, and that too after your low upkeep, you definitely would want a second base before you could want to pump out frostworms using two boneyards. Orc player now repairing his expansion, and he's stationed right over there. And okay, Undead player has the sentry ward stationed right outside the orc player's base. That's pretty bad for the orc player, because this is a very key and critical spot. And he also has a shade. She's leaving the shade behind though. Okay, that fifth frostworm is ready, and he is going for the attack once again, it seems like. Or is he going for creeping? I'm not exactly sure. Maybe he wants to level up the Pit Lord. He needs to move the other heroes out if he actually wants to level up the Pit Lord, that's what he is looking for. And the Pit Lord is slowed, and you can see his walking animation for the moment had been changed. Yeah, that's one nice little thing in Warcraft 3. Your walking animation for the Pit Lord changes when it gets slowed, basically. only if that same thing applied for some other units and heroes as well. Undead player going for an all-scale assault, and I mean to say orc player, sorry. And the Undead player knows about this because of the sentry ward, and he is coming into the main, doing exactly what he needs to go, going after the burrows. And once the burrows are done, I do believe he has a TP. No, wait, he doesn't have TP. Undead player has gone for an all-scale assault without a TP. That is never good. That is never ever good. And he's what's he gonna do? He can't just run back to his base. Orc player will definitely be able to take out the Black Citadel in case the Undead player does not reach back to base on time. He was able to do damage, but this mistake will cost him the game at this point. Despite of having the upper hand. And Orc player now attacking the ziggurats and spirit towers. He's gonna now just try to back out, and okay, here comes the damage. The one worm down, one frost worm has been taken out, and he's gonna go after the Kodo. Surprisingly, he should try and target the other units as well. The frost worms will be having that cold effect around, and oh my goodness, the DK died. The DK just died, and the Orc player will now focus down the frost worms. And that player doing everything he can to keep them alive. And wait a minute, just wait a minute, we may see this game go either way. Orc player has reached level 5 with the Blade Master, but Undead player is down but not out yet. He is going after the Orc units, and he is tearing them apart actually. And oh my goodness, I don't know where this game would be going to. And Lich and the Pit Lord are under tremendous pressure, and I do believe we're gonna see this last Frostworm be taken down as well. Orc player lost his army. Those 3 berserkers was really everything he had at that point, and he also has a fiend inside the belly of this Kodo beast. If he manages to kill the Kodo beast, he's gonna get that fiend back before he digests, that is. Okay, it seems like he has taverned back his Death Knight, and
a player's force is under attack.
I completely don't know what happened. Okay, he had a shade near the tavern. That's how he revived the DK. And yeah, after seeing that kind of an army composition, I was definitely sure that the Orc player will manage to take the game. And since the Undead player was outside, did not have the TP to get back to the base in time to save it, and did lose the Black Citadel. This is one thing about Undead players: even if you lose your main building, you can still keep on mining because of the Haunted Gold Mine. Haunted Gold Mine is more necessary for you than the Black Citadel at this point. Now Undead player gonna rush in towards the Orc base. Orc player is under tremendous pressure. He's rebuilding his army. He has the expansion. He definitely has the economic advantage, and this Kodo beast definitely needs to be somewhere else. I mean, it can be killed pretty easily if the Undead player has anything nearby. Even, I don't know, 3 or 4 ghouls if they attack them together. But yeah, the fiend is nearly digested, and the fiend is digested. And Undead player now wrecking apart the Orc player's base. Orc player now doing some solo attack with the Blade Master, the level 5 Blade Master, with the Orb of Lightning. He does also have Gloves of Haste, Circular Nobility, and the bracers. No, I don't know. I never pronounced that thing for some reason. Anyways, the Orc player rather has managed to kill all of the acolytes, and no. Oh my goodness, this was a big mistake. Undead player has no workers. He has 2 frost worms. He has some gold left, and he has 1 shade, but he has no workers at this point. And Orc player has his main, he has an expansion, and Okay, this is everything that the Undead player has. This on whatever we're seeing on this screen is everything the Undead player has. If he loses all of this, it is GG for him. I do believe the Undead player did not get the upgrade for the Frostworms, which freezes the buildings basically, because we haven't seen that anytime. The buildings are still attacking back, and the Orc player now may lose his expansion, but despite of losing the expansion, I mean, I do believe they may go for a base race. Okay, finally getting freezing breath for the Frostworms. Undead player chasing off a few of the Orc units and reaching level 5 with the Lich. That is never good. He's also getting that upgrade, and Shadowhunter gonna join the fray. He's also coming in with the Trolls and Wind Riders, and this game is gonna turn into a base race, it seems like. Not quite. Undead player is backing out with a couple of units and leaving some behind to attack. If this turns out to be a base race, Undead player will lose. Most probably because he has no workers to sneak in a building somewhere just in case he needs, and Orc player has what in main he has the expansion only now going down. Undead player has retreated back with everything he had except for a few skeleton warriors. I do believe he has Rod of Necromancy on all 3 heroes. That's how he's been doing it. And here comes the Undead player, gonna go after the Orc player, doing as much as damage as possible. And we just saw a Frostworm being taken down, and that Frostworm, killing that Frostworm automatically erases a lot of worries for the Orc player. And okay, we just may see this game as a level playing field. The Orc player's expansion has been taken down, and the gold mine has depleted only just. Orc player, although he has some significant amount of gold, he has the workers. He can definitely do a long distance mining and stuff like that. And but the game may still go either way. Undead player now creeping out a few camps, and creeping and selling off the items is literally the only way he can score some gold, and perhaps make some army out of it. And here comes the other player. He's gonna go after the under construction Great Hall. This is a tiny Great Hall, that's why it's constructing so fast, and it has been taken out there by the Undead player. Undead player gonna go after the trolls. The trolls have been speeded, and my ass, this game may still go either ways. We can't say anything yet. There is a lot of going on over the screen, and the Undead player seems to be having the disadvantage. The DK is below 25% of hit points. DK will go down. DK will definitely go down right there. He managed to launch a coil. He did manage to launch a coil, but I guess it is too little, too late. And without the DK, this army will not be able to sustain itself. I'm gonna go after the Shadowhunter, but just killing the Shadowhunter isn't gonna get you everything, and the Lich is also down. So now it is the turn for the Pit Lord, and the Undead player GG's out. That was a pretty damn solid game. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. Subscribe for more, and follow me on Facebook to stay updated. That's it. That's all. Z out. Bye bye.